Welcome to the Black Belt tutorial video. There's nothing new in the song exactly, but it is worth going over the little pieces. You will notice first of all that this is in 6/8, and that is not a common time signature for us. We have not done a lot in there, but you're very capable of counting it. What you need to know is that in 6/8, even though it really means that there are 6/8 notes per measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 8 notes and they get chunked into sets of threes. We really feel it in a 2. So this, even though it's a dotted quarter note, is really going to just feel like a beat. This is going to feel like a beat. These we're going to count in sets of 3. So if I were to count this, it would be do, do, do da dee, 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 etc. Basically, the whole song just has that same pattern of 6/8 notes in the measure. So triple it, do da dee, do da dee, do da dee, do da dee. All of the notes you know. It is in the key of G major, which you know how to figure out by looking at this last sharp and moving up a half step. So an F sharp going up a half step is a G. Anytime we have an F at any place on the staff, so that would be this top line or the bottom space, is going to be an F sharp. So just scanning through here. So far, I don't see anything. Oh, here's one, or here's two, right? These are F sharps. When we hit that, we're playing F sharps, F sharps, F sharp, F sharp. Basically, the rest is just going to be a matter of counting it correctly. So one thing that people do tend to do wrong is make these not have any sense of beat. So establish how fast you want this to go. Do da dee, do da dee, do da dee, do da dee. That's as fast as you want to go. The beat is this. So each of these is going to get one of those big claps. Ba 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 bee da da dee da da. Do da dee do, like that. Okay, let's see if we can get that. We'll just do these first two measures to feel what it's going to be like to get from here into this where it starts to crank up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See that, how that feels? Let's do the same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now from there on, we're just going off to the races and we just move along these notes a lot. There's a couple that are tricky where we're going, like right in here where we're going between the C's and the B's a lot, because that's a hard switch. So that may take some practice. But let's just go 2 measures at a time. Let's start right here and do these 2 measures, and if I notice anything weird, I'll point it out to you. Right here. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. Pretty easy. Let's go to these next 2 measures. Ready, and here you go. Not too bad. This going from an E to a D is a pretty big shift because the high E is like low E but with your thumb half off to the D, which is just that. So it's a pretty big switch. And especially following right up after the C B switch, this measure might give you a little challenge. Let's do this measure again a little slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's go back up to tempo. Ready, and here you go. Okay, this one wasn't so hard. Let's move on to these next 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. Yeah, right here it gets a little wonky because that C's and the B's and the D's, this is a little tricky, this measure too. Let's slow it down. 1, 2, 3, ready, and do it again. Ready, and here we go. let's get into it from this measure, starting right here. 1, 2, 3, ready, and... And then we're finishing up the phrase here. Now the thing is it feels like it's going to stop, but it actually keeps rolling along because of this last note. So you want to go and stop there, which is how it does stop when it gets to the end of the song. But here it just keeps rolling right into the next phrase. So yeah, we just bum 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 bum, and we move right back into the same kind of pattern, except for here it gets a lot more bouncy. Let's do this measure into this measure. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. It's easy to lose track of where you are because there's a lot of repeated notes. Okay, good. Let's do these two measures. Ready, and here we go. Don't forget the F sharp on that one. So we're not playing an F, playing an F sharp. Let's do these two measures. 1, 2, 3, ready, and this is an interesting little pattern because it's going back and forth between these G's a whole bunch. So we have a new note, G's, new note, G's, new note, G's, new note, G's. So the phrase here is really kind of going from E, D, C, D if we did it slow. But between each of those, we're bouncing back and forth between the G's. Right? Do that again. So we're starting right here. Ready, and here you go. You kind of think of it as doing this, 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 and this, and this is just filler. One more time for that section. Ready, and here you go. And then we just finish it. We have a little of these CB combos again, which is tricky, to the end. Ready, and here you go. And that's the end of the song. Now the other thing I find tricky about this is there really is no chance to breathe. So you're going to have to kind of work it out. I'm not going to not pass you if you breathe and it interrupts the beat a little bit, but you have to more or less keep the beat rolling along. One of these notes you're going to have to cut short and sort of just take a quick breath and keep going. All right, let's try the whole thing together. I was able to get through it with just taking one breath. You might be able to do better because you don't have asthma like I do. But this is a tricky one. This is why it's the black belt. Usually I give students 3 chances to pass the black belt test because it is rather tricky. So if you're taking this one, congratulations for getting this far. And practice, practice, practice. I will upload a practice video in just a moment.